Anyways, so I really have nothing to complain about. Everything has just totally worked. I'm almost like I've had such a great month. I'm afraid to walk out of my house feeling as though a piano is going to fall on my head just to balance shit out. So, which brings us to Carnegie Hall that I sort of glanced over. And I don't know how to do this. I guess there was some funny shit happened. But I got to tell you, I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, first of all, that ever came to one of my comedy shows, that sat there while I sucked and tried to figure out how to become a comedian. All the way back to 92, right up to everybody who came out to Carnegie Hall last Friday night. It was, without a doubt, the greatest experience I've ever had as since I've been in this business. There's no other way. It was absolutely indescribable. It was I can't even fucking explain it. Like I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I stopped looking at the names of the people who'd performed there because it was freaking me out. So this is the funny thing. I get Virzi. I got Virzi to open for me, and I had the sensation in the middle, the teen idol sensation, Joe Derosa from the Opie and Anthony program, just back from an extended tour in Malibu. He was resting up. He was suffering from exhaustion. So, anyway, so I go in, and, they got all these rules there, because this is like Carnegie Hall. That all these rules. I had a photographer there, but the photographer couldn't go on the stage, and there was just all these fucking rules. So I went in there, like almost on my heels, like I don't want to piss anybody off in here. And I walked in there, and they said, okay, you're up in the Maestro's suite. Like if you headline that place, they put you in a place called the Maestro's suite. So I go all the way up there. I'm with family and friends. I go up there, and I feel like I'm going to get in trouble, like I'm describing like the fucking 7th floor of the Pentagon here. So I walk in there, and there's this piano. It's piano in this giant, like this big room, and then there's another room with the classic I'm in showbiz lights going all around the mirror, and then they have all these composers' headshots all around the Maestro's suite, and they're all autographed. And immediately I felt like I didn't deserve to be there, because not only were they these famous conductors, I didn't know who any of them were. I was sitting there looking at him like, oh, yeah, rubbing my chin. Leonard Bernstein was the only one I noticed, the only one that I recognized. And I just, just tried to fucking take it in. And then they said, hey, you want to go downstairs and look at the stage? And I said, absolutely. And I walked down, took us down the elevator, and they opened the door to go out to the stage. And all you see is the most well-lit stage you've ever seen in your life. I'm just looking through a door, the average-sized door that you open, and I'm about 20 feet away when they opened it. So I could see part of the stage and like a sliver of the front row seats, and then like 3 balconies going up. And it was, I'm not even gonna lie, it was fucking, took my breath away. And I said, holy shit. And I immediately apologized for cursing, because that's how nice this place. Like I wasn't going to go out there and say fuck every other word when I do my horse shit of an act. And I walked out there, and it's indescribable. Absolutely fucking indescribable. And I can't even, I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. I can't even describe it. It was fucking, I'd never seen anything like it. It was like I was in Pulp Fiction, and I got to see what was in that briefcase. It was like, it was like at that level. I can't even put words into it. So then I go back up to the Maestro's suite. I just like saying that. So I'm sitting up there, and I'm like, hey, is Virzi and Derosa here yet? And they're like, yeah, they're downstairs. I go, well, get them up here. Get him up here, because I'm not fucking going to be sitting up here looking at these old fucking silver-haired guys. Composers just look angry. in their pictures. They just got that fucking look on their face. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, they didn't really want to be a composer, but their parents made them do it. It was just creeping me out. And they got all these fucking pictures. Anybody post Abraham Lincoln has basically been there. I saw a picture of Mark Twain sitting down on the stage, listening to somebody else speak. Teddy Roosevelt, Benny Goodman, Duke Ellington, Miles Davis, all the way through all those jazz guys to the fucking Beatles. Stevie Ray Vaughan made an album that was overwhelming. So I go, I don't even feel like I'm worthy to be here. What is going to cure this? I know, get Paul Virzi and Joe Derosa in the same room with me, and I'll get my confidence back. So these two jackasses come up there, all right? Derosa is sweating and muttering to himself. Virzi is fucking pacing, all right? I'm pacing. All three of us are pacing around this room as we're talking. Isn't it amazing to be here? We're all fucking pacing. And then we just started breaking each other's balls about how nervous we were. And then we just started trying to make each other even more nervous. Like, I noticed they were nervous, and I came walking in, and I was like, you know, guys, if you're ever going to fucking bomb, tonight better not be the night. Because you're not getting this one back. This is not the fucking night to bomb. And everybody laughed, and then there was that nervous thing. Virzi's going like, hey, I go out there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to treat it like Caroline's. I'm going to say what's up to people. You know, I'm going to settle in first. I'm going to settle in first. Then I'm going to go into my act. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So just to be a douche, I go, really? That's what you're going to do? I mean, if this is what you want to do, that's cool. I mean, I wouldn't do that. He's like, wait, what are you talking about? I got, dude, I would go right into my act. It's Carnegie Hall, man. You don't go out there and, hey, what's going on? You're going to start fucking bombing. But I don't want to get in your head, dude, if that's what you want to do. And he's sitting there trying to size me up for half a second, and he's just like, he's like, go fuck yourself. We basically did that for a goddamn 45 minutes waiting to go on. I was as nervous as I was the first time I did Letterman, which was one of the most butterflies I ever had. That nervous yet excited, wanting to run out of the room yet can't waiting to go on, like that whole fucking push-pull shit going on, So anyways, the show starts. Virzi goes out there and absolutely fucking kills. And then and it's fucking hilarious. He comes walking out, dude, with this fucking look on his face. Like the only thing stopped his fucking lips from going around the back of his head was his goddamn ears. Like, just like glowing. Like I can't explain it. We all look like assholes. Derosa came off. Derosa goes on. He goes out there and immediately starts fucking. Oh, you know what really made me relax? Virzi went up and he goes. He said something. Hey, he goes. Hey, give yourselves a round of applause, huh? Bill Burr tonight, huh? At Carnegie fucking Hall. The second he did that, I laughed and I was like, all right, fuck it. Now it's just a stand-up show. But Derosa goes out there next, and with his stupid sport coat on and everything. Which was making him sweat even more. And he went out there and fucking absolutely destroyed. He comes back, same stupid fucking look on his face. It actually reminded me one time I read about these divers who used to go into caves under the sea, and they'd get lost and they would drown under there. And when they would find them, they'd have this ear-to-ear grin. I guess when you drown at the last second, this unbelievable level of dopamine or some shit goes through you. And you get this stupid look on your face. I don't know if that's true. I don't even know where the fuck I read it. I think I read it on a flight on US Air. So that was basically, when the article made me laugh, as horrific as it was imagining somebody drowning in an underwater cave, freaking out, not knowing where they're at. But just that dumb smile on their face. It sort of was like the look people had on their face was the reverse of that movie, The Ring. Rather than your jaw dropping over and it was horrific, just imagine the polar opposite of smiling. That was basically. So Derosa comes walking through, and he's got this fucking silly, stupid look on his face. And Virzi said he's just going to bring me right up. So I'm standing there waiting to go on, and standing a few feet behind me was Louis Ferranda from Caroline's, and those guys were the ones who headlined me when I first came, when I first started doing well in New York. They would headline me, and they'd have to pull the curtain, to not make the room look so big, and only, 14 people would show up, and then they drag like another 20 people, tourists off the street to come in and watch my show. So he was standing there going like, I was going, Lewis, go out in the crowd. He goes, no, I want to stand here and watch you go out. I want to watch you go out. Right? Which was fucking awesome. You know, Caroline's one of the biggest clubs ever. So they fucking open the door, call my name, and I walk out. And I'm not trying to be arrogant here. They were just great fans. Everybody fucking stood up as I walked out like I composed some unbelievable song. And it was fucking how I didn't just I know I had that big dumb grin on my face, but how I didn't just, as I was waving, how I didn't just get locked in that mode and just walked right off the end of the fucking stage is beyond me. And I went in and I can't even remember what I started with. I don't remember what I started with, and I just did my shit, and it slowly became like a show, just a regular show, where every once in a while I would just sort of going, fuck, I'm at Carnegie Hall, and then I'd be like, no, keep going, just keep going, because that was the thing. Everybody kept going, make sure you take it in. Make sure you take it in, and that's the fucked up thing about the art of stand-up. This is like the one art where you really can't take it in. You can't, because you got to be focused on what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like as a musician, you can end the fucking song, you can step back, you can tell the story, you can look around, and then you can go into your next song. But us, it's just bam, 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 next joke, next joke, next joke. So, I don't know. I did my shit, and it just took off at like minute 3, and it didn't stop for like I think I did about an hour and 15 minutes, and I never lost them. It never felt long, and I ended, and it was a standing ovation again, and it just was one of the few times in my life I just felt like this unbelievable sense of accomplishment, and it was it was also absolutely hilarious to me. Like I didn't feel like I should. Like I felt like at any second someone was going to yank me. Like it was a joke. Like I won a radio contest to go out there, and then they were going to yank me off and bring like fucking some Pavarotti dude out there. So, yeah, it was awesome. And then at the end, I brought Virzi and Derosa back out, and everyone's standing up clapping, and we just sitting there fucking. It was. I can't even describe it. It was awesome, and it was fucking hilarious. Like, where do you go from here? It was ridiculous, and I had this great photographer there, and he actually took photos of me and Joe as we were walking down the street afterwards, and I saw some of them. It's fucking hilarious. The absolute look of joy on our face. Two miserable comedians. Like, I swear to God, we look like we are high on, like, I don't know what. I'm not a big fucking drug guy, whatever. High on something. But it was absolutely fucking unbelievable. And I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. So I want to thank everybody who came out to the show and experienced it with me and fucking stood up and clapped, which was fucking unbelievable. I will never forget that, ever. I'll be fucking 100 years old, and I will still remember that like it was yesterday. It was absolutely unbelievable. It's still one of the few things in my life that has not only lived up to the hype, it was like way beyond it. Like, it just fucking indescribable. Indescribable. I don't know what. I have no fucking clue. I don't know where to go from here. So, there's the Carnegie Hall story. All right? So, once again, thank you to everybody who came out to that show. Oh, and if you're wondering, did I record that? Yes, I did. Of course I did. What do you think? I'm an asshole? I'm going to go there. I'm not going to record it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, because I didn't film it, because it was just, it's Carnegie Hall, and it would have cost me my life, my firstborn, to film something there. So, but to record it The audio version was only half as much. I'm not even bullshitting you. I think I lost money that night, but I don't give a fuck. I want it documented that this jackass who flunked everything in high school somehow got to fucking do that. So this is the thing. My next stand-up special I'm going to be recording in February. The end of February, the first weekend of March is what I'm going to be doing. All right? So here's the deal. My act is constantly evolving. So my act will be 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Really? December? Yeah, 4 months older than it is now. So it will change 120 days worth. So it won't be the Carnegie thing and my special will not be the exact same. But so much of it will be the same that I'm going to figure out, obviously I'm putting the DVD out. I have to figure out how I'm going to put out the Carnegie thing and how I'm going to do it so it's a way where I don't feel like I'm fucking you guys over, where I'm putting out two pieces of product with essentially the same material. I actually already know how I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to tell you guys until I fucking do it, but it's going to be cool as hell. All right, so there you go. So let's get back to the podcast. After that very special moment. Come on, Carnegie Hall, I had to take a step back. And I got to tell you, it was fucking awesome to share that with Virzi and Derosa and seeing those fucking stupid, goofy looks on their face, watching them pace and be nervous and watching them fucking go out there. And they had all their family and friends and that. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right, let's get back to the goddamn podcast. So as I mentioned, I have a brand new website, everybody. For some reason, I can't get on it right now. I don't know if they're putting the final touches on it. I don't know if it's because it moved somewhere else. I don't know if it's because I don't know what. You know me. I'm not good with the technology. But here's the deal. It's a fucking awesome site. It's going to be very interactive. I'm going to get the new fucking iPhone when I don't have to stand in line or fucking order it. I just want to walk in and buy it like a goddamn gentleman. All right, what is this, Russia? Go fuck yourself. I walk in, it's supposed to be there. Call me. Why don't you call me when it's there? All right?